Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to brothers that are laboring and pushing this word in truth and sincerity and with charity. I'm the brother Abraham from the camp here in GMS Chicago. Come to do another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit. Lord willing to be edifying. And just came across this video talking about China and the possibility of it invading Taiwan. And we also have the same thing happening over there between Russia and Ukraine. Alright, and we know NATO is involved, United States is involved, of course. United States has to be involved in every single matter in the world. Alright, but that's just America for you. Alright. So things are heating up with Russia and Ukraine and with China and Taiwan. Okay, and I believe America is on the side of Taiwan and Japan, because China has already threatened to nuke Japan before. Alright, and we know Russia in the scriptures, known as Magog, is the one to blow this place up here in America. Alright, so we see everything being manifested. Okay, everything is building up more and more towards world war, which is biblical prophecy. And the elders keep saying, for us to keep our mind on these prophecies, because this is the time of prophecy. Alright, and one of the main prophecies left to happen is World War III. Alright, but we know that before World War happens, we know the MOTB needs to be implemented in the earth. So we know that must be around the corner as well. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and press play, let you listen.
It's Monday, and this is what headlines in our world look like. Ballistic missiles over Abu Dhabi, Russian troops at Ukraine border, Omicron variant spreading. Basically, the world is distracted. Guess what China did? Sent fighter jets to Taiwan. Not one or two, but 39. 39 PLA jets flew into Taiwan's airspace on Sunday. It's the biggest incursion in the last few months, and it did not end with fighter jets. China also sent warships to challenge the US and Japan. Taiwan scrambled its own aircraft in response, also deployed missiles. And this is a dangerous development. Any further escalation could lead to an active conflict. Is China planning to invade Taiwan as the world grapples with the Ukraine crisis? On Gravitas tonight, we'll discuss how serious the situation is. First of all, let's tell you what happened on Sunday. 39 Chinese jets breached Taiwan's air defense zone. Of these, 34 were fighter jets, 4 were electronic warfare planes, and 1 was a bomber. This is not the first time that China is breaching Taiwan's air defense zone. The PLA has made a habit of it. For almost 2 years now, Chinese pilots have been making such incursions, around 380 in 2020. That's right, 380 incursions. And this is the year when China exported the Wuhan virus pandemic. As the world struggled with the lockdowns and surging cases, Chinese jets were flying over Taiwan. Then in 2021, China sent more than 940 aircraft. 2022 has just begun, and China's incursions continue. What's worse, it's not just planes this time. China is sending warships too. And not just to Taiwan, China has a constant naval presence around Japan as well. For 6 months now, Chinese ships have been in these waters. Look carefully at this map. This is eastern Taiwan and southern Japan. The PLA has been active in these areas. It has been rotating its ships regularly but quietly. What kind of ships? Destroyers and missile corvettes. Reports say there is a consistent presence of at least one Chinese ship in these waters, but often a second warship accompanies it. Why are Chinese warships so close to Taiwan and Japan? Experts say this is preparation. Chinese troops are exercising for a potential war for Taiwan. They're practicing specific scenarios, what the PLA will do if and when it invades Taiwan. And there are two distinct possibilities that are emerging. Number one, attack sheltered air bases on Taiwan's east coast. And number two, cut off assistance from the west. If China invades, the US and Japan will rush to Taiwan's assistance. The PLA is practicing how to cut them off. What is the other side doing then? The US and Japan are working on a response. This weekend, they put up a massive show of force in the same waters. Their militaries carried out a joint drill, complete with aircraft carriers, assault ships, and a helicopter destroyer. The purpose of this drill was to send a message to China, demonstrate strength, and showcase deterrence. It was a necessary step. Japan is worried about China's aggressive moves in its backyard. Last week, the leaders of Japan and America met virtually. They had a lot to discuss: Chinese aggression, the need to secure the Indo-Pacific, and the Quad. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida addressed the...
So yeah, there's a lot going on. You don't hear much about this situation with China because of the Russia-Ukraine thing. All right, but who's in the midst of all this? Again, America is. Why is that? Because they're that red horse in Revelation, the 6th chapter, who was given a great sword to take peace from the earth. And that's why America is always in the midst of war, in every invasion, in every world war, in every matter, are always in the midst, because that is what he creates: destruction, woe. Everywhere he goes, man, that's what he was created to do. All right, let me go ahead and grab this precept in Revelations 8 and verse 13. And I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the voices of the trumpet of the 3 angels, which are yet to sound. So that woe, woe, woe represents those 3 world wars. Alright? And then in the following chapter, Revelations, the 9th chapter, talks about World War One. Alright, starting at verse 1 all the way to verse 11 is going in on World War One. You know, John explaining in his terminology of his time, describing the warfare, alright, depicting what he saw, alright, with his terminology and his time. Alright, because what, they didn't have planes, guns, missiles, machine guns, tanks, grenades. They didn't have things like that. Alright, but this is Revelations 9 and 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come 2 more. There come 2 woes more hereafter. Alright, so 1 world war is past. World War II already happened. And now what, we're in the build up and headed to what, World War III. Let's get Revelations 11 and 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Alright? And it is coming quickly. As you can see, the news right now is, covering the situation with Russia, Ukraine. Alright, and we also have the situation with China and Taiwan. Alright, so we'll see how this all plays out and manifests. But we know this is still all biblical prophecy. What? Let's go to Matthew's 24. Alright, Matthew's 24. Yahweh Shai talking about the end of days, which he's also talking about the time of 70 AD. But we know there's gonna be 70 AD all over again, man. Alright, this is Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Alright, so yeah, we're hearing about wars. We're hearing of rumors of wars. Alright, but don't be troubled. Alright. All this has to happen. This is prophecy. Alright, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. Which is what we see today. Which is what we see going on all over the world. Alright, because we're at the time of the end. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab Isaiah 13. Let's get Isaiah 13. In verse 4. It says, the noise of the multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. Right? So just like you have an army marching, like a great people, a great number, when they're marching, they're making a great noise. Alright, the noise of all these kingdoms being gathered together. Alright, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, he mustereth the host of the battle. He's the one orchestrating these nations. Okay. Verse 5, they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Alright, so these are what? The Lord's weapons. He created these weapons. Alright, let's get a quick precept on that in the book of Isaiah 54 in verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. And we know that the smith, alright, and the forgers of these swords and weapons, were of back in the day. Alright, that was the warfare of the ancient world. Swords, spears, shields. Alright, things of that sort. But now we have modern warfare, which is all about missiles, nukes, guns, artificial intelligence, bio warfare. Okay, now that's the modern warfare. All right. So what? These missiles that's gonna be created to destroy this place. This is what the Lord created. Alright, Isaiah 54 verse 17, it says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord." So the elect, the ones that are destined or predestinated to be saved, delivered, alright, no weapon that is formed against them is going to prosper. Alright, this is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, so now going back to Isaiah 13 and verse 6, this is, "How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames." They're not going to know what to do. Okay? Men are going to turn and be as unto women. Wherefore do you see a man grabbing his loins like a woman in travail? Right? Now I'm going to go ahead and jump down to verse 19. Alright, it says, "In Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there." So what is this talking about? Babylon being destroyed just as he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. How does Sodom and Gomorrah get destroyed? With fire and brimstone, right? But today, all right, in our day, Babylon is still inhabited. All right, Babylon is still inhabited. So this has not happened yet. All right, what is this talking about? It's talking about America. Because America is also known as Babylon, or the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay. Verse 22, "And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant places, and her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged." All right, and the precept to that, Revelation 18 and 2. "And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird." Right? Because when this place gets destroyed, it's going to be a desert, because there's not going to be anything here. It's not going to be one stone left standing of America. And it's just going to be desert creatures and animals. Alright, nobody's going to dwell here. Nobody's going to migrate over here and dwell here. It's going to be just a desert, man. Okay. Let's get one more. This is Zephaniah 3:8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And which is what you see going on around the world today. China, Taiwan, Japan, America, NATO, Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Iran. Okay, all of these things going on, wars and rumors of wars. So we know it's what? The time of prophecy, the spirit of Yahweh Shai. Okay, so we're gonna keep watching as always, as it's our job to do, see how all this unfolds and plays out. Okay, so with that, Lord, when it was edifying as always, honor, glory, and praises goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Until the next time, Shalom.